a father, a son, a daughter, a coworker, a friend. It just doesn't care. But we do in the county of San Bernardino, and that's why we created this campaign to bring awareness to the community.
San Bernardino County and Stop the Void have partnered together. Come to San Bernardino County website, Department of Behavioral Health, look at all the resources that they have, and make sure that you speak to your children. Numbers just came out for 2022, and it's north of 109,800 drug deaths in the United States. Roughly 77% of all of those drug deaths were due to fentanyl. This is why this message and this campaign is so, so important. If you think that it can't happen to you, think twice.
San Bernardino County's Land Use Services has now made it even easier for you to schedule your on-site, virtual, and self-inspections. It's called Easy Inspect, and it's a new mobile app available on the App Store and Google Play. Built with both contractors and homeowners in mind, Easy Inspect is an easy-to-use tool for viewing all of your eligible inspections right from your phone. You can schedule one or multiple inspections at your fingertips. For any additional help using Easy Inspect, visit easyinspect.sbcounty.gov or call 800-637-6655.
As we look at this monument, may we reflect on the memories and lessons of each very precious life, because it is this, our shared story, with all its pain and tragedy, that binds us together as a diverse community of people around our county today and even with those around our world. May this curtain of courage represent to you that we choose to join you in honoring the lives of your loved ones, our loved ones, and we'll never forget them.
December 2nd, 2015 was an unimaginable day for all of us. 14 people we loved were taken away from us on that day. Our employees were spiritually and physically wounded. It changed us all forever. Following the attack, the Board of Supervisors formed a memorial committee made up of family members, survivors, first responders, and county staff so we could build something that would stand forever as a testament to our commitment never to forget.
The Curtain of Courage is a place for us, one of mourning, but also we want it to be a celebration of life, akin to a small set of chapels, each signifying an individual loss, but creating a place that marks this day and time.
And today, we're here to honor the memories of those that succumbed during that day, but also to honor those that are with us today and their families that move forward. To be able to see this curtain of courage gives us all in San Bernardino County, the state and the nation, the courage to move forward.
In 2018, almost 3 years after the attack, the San Bernardino County December 2nd Legacy Report was published. It was intended to be a publicly available resource for communities and organizations that must respond and recover from similar situations. Already, that report is helping other families and other communities learn from your experience.
The way you sort your trash may be changing. Did you know organic waste that ends up in California's landfills makes up 20% of the state's methane gas emissions? Organic waste includes items such as food waste, like leftovers, bones, shells, peels, and pits. Food-soiled paper products such as paper towels, napkins, and pizza boxes. And yard waste such as grass clippings, leaves, and twigs. That's why jurisdictions throughout California, including the unincorporated areas of San Bernardino County, are now required to implement Senate Bill 1383, the new statewide plan to reduce methane gas emissions. If you live or work in an unincorporated area of San Bernardino County, you may be required to subscribe to waste, recycling, and organic recycling services in 2023. The county is dedicated to keeping residents and businesses of the unincorporated areas informed about this new state law and how it affects our communities before any changes take place.
Code enforcement's mission is to ensure compliance with county codes and state laws, to create safe, attractive communities that improve the quality of life of residents.
County Code Enforcement has several special programs: illegal dumping, community cleanup, graffiti abatement, fire hazard abatement, off-highway vehicle enforcement, cannabis enforcement, and of course our traditional code enforcement program.
Code enforcement benefits residents through our goal of leaving people better than we found them, by leaving them safer because we have addressed unpermitted construction that could affect the occupants, or by improving blighted conditions that affect not only the occupants, but the community.
My role in code enforcement is to ensure that residents of San Bernardino County are following the rules and the ordinances, talking with the public more one-on-one, helping them learn the ordinances, but also talking to them as though we're neighbors, because we need to make sure that San Bernardino County is a good place to live, a good place to work, and be a beautiful place for the residents.
Our code enforcement team continues to grow. We're working on some initiatives that are going to expand services and create new programs that will help our county residents.
I'm very pleased with them always. I've dealt with them for a good 30 years now. There's reasons for the code enforcement, and we want our city safe, and you can see when you don't have the codes what you get.
I became homeless back in 2008. I lost my sister. Then I lost my mom. I went under depression. I was really sick. I couldn't walk.
Sarah, we met in late 2019. She was living in front of businesses along the street. We gave her some information and linked her with a post team and Inroads for temporary transitional housing motel assistance.
So I think it's important collaborating with all the departments involved, because sometimes there's a situation where we'll have to gather together and just think outside the box how we could help that person out.
Inroads stands for Innovative Remote On-Site Assistance Delivery Service. From the time that I just recently had met her on the streets to today, she's so much happier, healthier, and is working towards getting her own apartment now.
We go to where the client is and taking the resources directly to them. And it helps build that bridge for success.
I don't want to be homeless anymore, and I thank the county staff and team that helped me through this. Thank you guys, and God bless you.
ARMC just received Level 1 Trauma Center verification by the American College of Surgeons.
It means that all of these services at the hospital are able to work together in a timely fashion to take a patient from the doorway to the definitive care place. We were Level 2 prior to this. By achieving Level 1 status, we've become a center that doesn't have to transfer any patients out to provide life-saving care.
It is well known as the county hospital that serves the Inland Empire region with high quality medical care, but also a great place to train future physicians and future nurses.
We developed a program, actually just a partnership with our local hospitals to go out and teach them about trauma. It's a phone call, and then we'll set a classroom for their physicians and ER nurses, and we're more than happy to go and provide this education, because our goal is to provide optimal care for all of our patients, not only in our hospital, but in the outside hospitals as well.
So I think having education in addition to being able to deliver high quality care, that's what I think makes this hospital a very special place.
San Bernardino County has always been the biggest, and once again, we're the best. This year, we earned an incredible 200 achievement awards from the National Association of Counties, winning more than any other county for the third year in a row. There are more than 3,000 counties in the United States, and San Bernardino County continues to stand above them all in terms of accolades for innovation, efficiency, and public service. Under the Board of Supervisors' leadership, we were honored this year for making it easier to adopt a new pet, raising awareness of the dangers of fentanyl, bringing Wi-Fi connectivity to Ayala Park, safeguarding employee emails from phishing scams, cleaning up our communities, rebuilding the Birch Creek Culvert Crossing with storm readiness in mind, launching the County Museum's new and improved website, inspiring the next generation of county employees, improving access to healthcare records, supporting production of new housing units through a housing development fund. And this is just a sample of the 200 national awards that San Bernardino County earned for the services we provide to our residents and visitors.
Hi, my name is Angel. I am an enrichment specialist here at the San Bernardino County, specifically at the War Animal Shelter. For the whole day, I get to spend time and walk them, feed them, and play with them, and just improve their quality of life. I do enjoy being around animals. I grew up with them. I have had dogs my whole life, and cats as well. First thing I do, I normally just clean the play yard or the cattery room for the cats and dogs. And then I'll check my list to see what dogs are available to do enrichments. From there, I'm just taking one by one throughout the 10 hours that I work here. And
Good morning. I would like to call this meeting to order and thank you all for being here today. Our Pledge of Allegiance and invocation will be presented by our Vice Chairman and the First District Supervisor, Colonel Cook.
Can you join me as we welcome our pastor to come up here? Pastor, thank you for being with us today. And I hope you'll lead us in this place.
I will. Colonel Cook, thank you so much for the opportunity. My greetings to all the supervisors. And if you might join me in prayer, please, today. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you right now, and we are so thankful for who you are. We are thankful for all that you have done for us. We honor you today for your grace and mercy in our lives. I personally, Father, thank you for the Savior who died that I might live. And Father, I pray that you would bless this meeting. And Father, I pray that you'd give each of these supervisors wisdom and direction and counsel from you in the decisions that they might make. I thank you, Father, as I read the sign in this room that in God we trust. And we are so thankful that we can. And on this very special day, Father, across our nation, I pray that your will and way might be done. And Father, I pray for peace in our country and our local communities on such an important day as this is. And Father, we thank you again for the time that we have to pray to you. We ask for your direction and wisdom in Jesus' name. Amen. If you might join me in the pledge to the American flag, please. Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pastor.
We will now move on to our memorial adjournments. Vice Chairman Cook, Supervisor Hagman, Supervisor Baca.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With deep sorrow, I have two adjourned memories today. The first one is June B. Hayes. Actually, she was a member of the San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District. She was actually on the ballot today, but she just passed about a week ago. And, you know, June was very, very involved in the water district. And, you know, I know that she was very active, especially with some of the youth programs that the water district put on to try to teach them about, you know, water quality. But she was also a member of the Utilities Commission for the City of Rialto. So very active, very involved in council meetings, went to several meetings, but just really cared about the community, cared about water quality for the region and our county. So our heart goes out for June B. Hayes of Rialto. The other one is Paul Mendoza of Colton. And Paul's part of the long line of Mendoza family in the Bloomington community. And one of the things that he was known for is being an umpire. And many of his family members have been umpires in the Bloomington community. So he's very active at Kessler Park, umpiring and refereeing many games. You know, he's well liked by his family, and his community will miss his smile. So he's well known for his smile. So we adjourn in memory of Mr. Paul Mendoza. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Supervisor Armendariz. All right, we have one special presentation this morning, so if my colleagues would like to join me up in the wall, please. This morning, I would like to proclaim November as National Entrepreneurship Month and the third Tuesday of November as National Entrepreneurship Day throughout the year 2029. We are committed to strengthening and supporting the entrepreneurial ecosystem throughout our region and recognize them as a cornerstone of success in economies. We'd like to ask Dr. Michael Stoll with the Inland Empire Center for Entrepreneurship to join us for some photos, please. Good morning. Come on up here. Thank you very much. We appreciate your partnership. Congratulations. We will now move on to our reports from County Council. Tom?
Thank you, Madam Chair. There are no reportable items from closed session.
All right, and reports from our CEO, Luther.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Nothing to report this morning. Thank you.
All right, individual board member comments. Vice Chair Cook.
I have nothing this morning.
Supervisor Hagman.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good morning, everyone. Just a couple of quick announcements. Ontario International Airport was awarded in $7 million from the FAA for security and terminal upgrades to accommodate our growing passenger volumes. Thank you to our congressional delegation for supporting those efforts. Exciting news that we're starting nonstop flights between Ontario and Baltimore, Washington next year. So long time coming to go direct to the Washington area, starting next year, June 2025. Also, we remind that it's Veterans Day on Monday, and thank you for all who have served. You also know some of our county buildings are green lighting this week. So it's a big effort by our Veterans Department to acknowledge and support our veterans in our county and to continue to advocate for resources at the state and federal levels for our members who have served. And my office held our annual Veterans Claim event last Saturday where we assisted 27 veterans in obtaining their benefits. So thank you all who attended.
Thank you. Supervisor Baca.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I had an opportunity to attend some county events. One of the things myself and Madam Chair and Supervisor Armendariz had an opportunity to attend was the Sheriff Regional K-9 facility, did a groundbreaking. So we think this is a great opportunity at our Sheriff's Training Department to make sure that we provide adequate service and have a great training facility for all of our furry friends that do great work for our Sheriff's Department and protect our county residents. So I think that was a great thing to enhance public safety. And just wanted to thank the Public Works Department. One of the things they've been working on for the last couple of years is the Cactus Avenue Streetlight Project, which is in the unincorporated area of Rialto on the corner of Cactus and Easton. You know, this weekend I saw the lights are blinking, and I believe the lights will be fully activated next week. So just enhancing safety and you know, traffic flow within our Rialto unincorporated community. Just want to thank Public Works for that great work. Also, this past Sunday, attended the Inland Empire Girls Empowerment Camp. And want to thank Captain Binley from the San Bernardino County Fire Department that really put this event together. It's actually the third year, but what this year is they opened it up countywide. It was at the Ranch Cucamonga Fire Station, and they really tried to empower women and encourage women or young ladies to think about and consider the fire service, but not just consider that, but consider, you know, being a government employee, but also I think the event was great because it builds their self-confidence, self-esteem, and also gave them a greater appreciation of what our fire department does. So all the agencies that came together, it was just a tremendous event to see everyone to come together for, you know, for the youth in our community. So just hats off to our San Bernardino County Fire Department for doing that. And just want to announce this Thursday, our office will be hosting right here in the San Bernardino County Board office, will be hosting a flu vaccination and veterans event. So anyone that's interested in getting their flu vaccination, COVID vaccination, or anyone that needs any veteran services, we're going to have a large amount of vendors here that anyone needs any services that has served our armed forces, you know, please take advantage of this opportunity. And just want to highlight just, you know, 3 items on the agenda. Item 5 is basically to approve a contract for 5 agencies, and this is throughout the entire county of San Bernardino, basically to help our seniors with disabilities, to provide services and programming for all our seniors that have disabilities. And then item 27, this is approve a contract with the preschool department and really to enhance our literacy programs for our young individuals that we provide services for through our San Bernardino County preschool services department. And the last one just want to highlight is item 38, and I just want to thank the team. This is the Glen Helen Bridge, which was incomplete. It's beginning construction. The design is completely done, and this is just another step to keep that project moving within our county of San Bernardino. And it's great for the DeVore residents, Rosina Ranch residents, but also those that attend the Glen Helen Amphitheater and all the Glen Helen events that we have throughout the year. And just the last thing, just, you know, I want to concur with my colleague, just thank all of our armed services, you know, everything that they do for our country to protect our freedoms. And that concludes my reports. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Supervisor Armendariz.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to start with also thanking our veterans for all they do to serve our country. And I also want to give a special shout out to our Congresswoman Judy Chu, who secured $850,000 for our Upland Head Start preschool program that will transform St. Mark's Church into a beacon of hope for our young people. I also attended the ribbon cutting of the Sheriff's Canine brand new training facility. I want to take a moment just especially to thank Chair Rao and Vice Chair Cook for participating in securing and designating $15,000 each for us to make that happen. So thank you guys for working on that. Also went up to Mount Baldy to see firsthand what we're going to be having to deal with up there and meet with the residents and try to just really get proactive in being prepared for what's coming next. And I want to thank our staff who went up there, Leja and everyone else who went up there and just seen firsthand what we need to do, how we can help, and just be a real partner with those residents as we come with the wind and the flooding that will be occurring over the year. We also delivered 10,000 sandbags, a front wheel loader to help mitigate with all that. Also had an opportunity to attend several city events for Halloween. We did a bunch of trick or treats through Upland, Fontana, and Rancho. Also attended a iCity event for with Children and Family Services. Jeannie, it was amazing. Thank you for inviting me and just see firsthand what we're doing to help these young people so that they can be educated and help them get a better start. Also attended a Dolly Festival. We gave a donation to Canine Pals. We went to the Ranch Cucamonga Vintners Gala for Ranch Cucamonga, and we served cakes to our seniors once again, like we do every single month, to show appreciation for them on their birthdays. And that concludes my comments, Chair.
Thank you very much. Vice Chair Cook.
Yes, I just want to add, we had a chance, my wife and I, to go to Ireland. I had been there when I was in Congress, and very, very friendly people there. But I did want to share, it's kind of an amusing story. If you ever go there, it's they have a very famous castle. It's called Blarney Castle. And it wasn't really named after some of the comments of the board here, but it goes back a long ways in Irish history. And what you do, you have to climb all these damn stairs. I swear, there's like 1,200 of them. So I'm going up there. My wife's going all the way up there. And we get at the top, and the beautiful view and everything else. And she leans over, she kisses the Blarney Stone. And so I'm there, and I go on, and I'm saying, no, Cook, you're older and don't fool around. Don't kiss the Blarney Stone, or you're going to get COVID. You can imagine the story. My wife, who was as healthy as an ox, she comes down, she's fine, and guess who ends up with COVID? And I honestly think that if you're going to have it, you're probably going to have it about 3 or 4 times. But great, great country, a lot of fun, everything else. But at least from my experiences, avoid Blarney Castle and Blarney Stone. We'll give you enough Blarney from this forum right here. So and go to Ireland.
And this was a few weeks ago, correct? You're healthy now.
Am I healthy?
Yes, I'm sitting within 6 feet of the COVID man.
Oh, you're fine. You're as healthy as an ox. No, I have been tested fine. 3 dogs, a cow, and the 3 sheep have passed out. But everybody that's been in contact has been fine. So thank you for carrying me. I never really, when you were working, sentiments from
We're
you.
glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Today, I would also like to echo the sentiments of my colleagues in thanking veterans for all that they do and have done for our country. And I'd also like to thank the ROV. We're getting ready here on game day for them. They will have an impressive next 30 days plus, and tonight in particular. So thank you to all of them, our volunteers that go out and work the polling places. So we appreciate their partnership. I would also like to highlight agenda item number 33 on our consent calendar today, which is to accept a grant from Petco Love, which is a nonprofit animal welfare organization associated with Petco. They have awarded a one-time disaster grant of $25,000 to reimburse the county for animal care costs that we experienced during the line and the bridge fires. And those are for emergency vet services, equipment, supplies, and foods, anything that we needed for the pets that were brought into our care and keeping, as well as a lot of the large animals. There were 853 pets that were cared for by the county during that time. It was an amazing operation Josh, you and your team did. I went and got to see all the different locations, a Herculean effort. And so we appreciate Petco Love and their partnership in that. And with that, I will look to Lina for changes and revisions to today's agenda.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, today we have several revisions for today's agenda. Item number 3, recommendation H is revised to reflect the term end date as September 20th, 2027. And recommendation 3I is revised to reflect the term end date as September 20th, 2025. Item number 4 is anticipated to become taken off calendar. And item number 20, the item is revised to remove recommendation 4, and the remainder of the recommendations are unchanged. Those are all the changes I have. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Right now, it is time for board members who may have a conflict of interest to disclose them on any item on today's agenda. Any such conflicts? All right, seeing none, our consent calendar. Today consists of items 2 through 53. And do we have any requests to speak on consent today?
We do not, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you very much. I have a motion from Supervisor Baca, a second from Supervisor Hagman. Any board members wishing to comment or pull an item for discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, the consent calendar is approved with the noted revisions.
Very good. Thank you very much. Our discussion calendar today consists of items number 54, which is an item that has been continued. So it is the introduction of an ordinance to revise the Regional Transportation Development Mitigation Plan fee being proposed and presented this morning by Noel Castillo. This item was continued from the October 22nd meeting where the public hearing had already been opened. So Noel, you will, I guess, provide us a presentation today?
Yes, I will.
Very good.
Good morning, Chair, board members. The item before you today is the establishment of a truck drop lot category in our regional plan to allow for simplified calculations. Next slide. The regional fee is required by the San Bernardino County Congestion Management Plan. It identifies road projects needed to mitigate traffic growth from development. It establishes fees based on development categories charged to developers to pay for road projects. It pertains to all types of development. That being said, the current fee structure in the plan does not reflect the actual impact of larger truck staging lots and may not be lawful with AB 602. Next slide. A drop lot is a temporary storage or parking area where trucks park and store freight until it can be delivered to its final destination for processing. Establishment of this category simplifies the fee calculation process, resulting in lower overall fee for drop lots. This ensures that the development of such facilities contribute appropriately to regional transportation infrastructure without overpaying. Next slide. Previously, a uniform fee was applied to all developments, including truck drop lots, which have a lower infrastructure impact. The proposed change will allow planned development and specific plant type development to conduct a specialized study if they believe the standard fee does not accurately reflect the specific circumstances of their project. The study would allow for unique characteristics of the project to be applied to underlying methodology. The study could then utilize any related information needed to complete the fee calculations. The study would be submitted to the department for review and approval. Next slide. So why the change? This option allows for more customized fee when justified by findings of the study. The current uncategorized land use methodology presents an opportunity to further refine. The county will now have more accurately and proportionally characterized projects with an improved methodology. The department is recommending an improved methodology to address evolving land uses. Next slide. And so what we're hoping is that the fees methodology will now be aligned with the true transportation demands of projects, resulting in a more equitable solution. The fee will continue to generate revenue fairly to fund projects that mitigate increased traffic. And finally, it will continue to comply with federal and state laws and continue to be consistent with other approved categories in the fee program. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions of Noel? I have no request to speak. Oh,
I
Kurt?
have one question. I'm just curious, when I was reading this, we talk about trucks. What about cargo containers? Does it affect that at all?
This does not. So what we wanted to do is specifically address truck drop lots. That is an emerging land use, and we wanted to make sure that we had a category, especially with some current new case law that came out that made sure that we wanted to make sure that our fees are proportional.
No, I support that. I know, like in my district, I think Supervisor Baca's district too, we have a lot of illegally truck parking throughout multiple areas, so it's definitely needed. And so thank you for revising this.
Any other comments or questions? All right, seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Second.
Thank you for the motion, Supervisor Armendariz, and the second, Supervisor Hagman. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, item number 53 is approved unanimously.
Very good. We will now move on to public comment for items not on today's agenda. Our
Excuse me,
first,
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, if I could please revise that. It's item 54. I said item 53. Just wanted to be clear. Thank you.
Our first request to speak that we have this morning will be from Eric Chiles and Eric Childs, who will be followed by Eric Menendez. You'll have 3 minutes to speak, sir. When you have 30 seconds left, it will flash yellow, and then at the end of the 3 minutes, it will flash red.
Okay, but right now I've got a blinking crosswalk on my corner that don't work for 4 months, but the city of Highlands let it work. Like people hit the button, it doesn't blink and they walk. The lady across the street used her remote control for the security alarms on her house to turn off the blinking crosswalk with the remote control of her security thing. I seen her doing it out in the street, and she turned on the lights and turned it on and off, the blinking thing, and she giggled. So the crosswalk's been not working for 4 months, and the city of Highland let it go that way. My claim I've got here, I turned in yesterday for $100 million against the county because the $3 million one I turned in, the county guy is supposed to send it to whatever department to look at on my claim and deny it or give it to me. And after 30 days, he never did give it to the department. So I went down to the tax assessor place, another place, and gave him copies myself yesterday. And then because it says if they don't want to respond, it says no response on 3 years refund claim, told they have a unlimited time to respond. I was continually told, please respond in a timely period or the legal time period the government has to respond on a claim. And I signed it, please. But what it is the city of Highland committed 6 felony strikes against me and my mom at my house. And then the county's given me 3 government documents that were marked, altered, and distributed as illegal to do, and they made them. And the city of Highland gave me the first one. So I can prove in court 6 felony strikes on the city. And my claim, the first $3 million one, also includes 3 strikes and criminal charges and them removed from City Hall, and all my dealings dealt with and looked over and signed off on as legal and legitimate when we're done. Done. And if you guys want to look at my claims or me explain it to you a little bit thoroughly about what they did, I'm willing to show you in court or anywhere what the crimes that they committed against me in the city of Highlands. Corrupt as you can, 6 felony strikes right now.
Thank you very much. The next request to speak that we have is Eric Menendez, who will be followed by Edgar Munoz.
Oh, sorry. Does the light work? Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, awesome. Hello, supervisors. Thank you for hearing what I have to say. I'd like to thank all of you for your public service as we have this election day. I just wanted to briefly chat about a regional tourism concept I've been working on. You're getting a handout right now on it. I know Supervisor Rao, you've been very helpful, and we had a conversation when you came out in August, and I appreciate your time. I'll give you a little background on me. I have 25 years in public service in healthcare, 20 of those in nursing, and as a tech in pre-hospital care and emergency care. I had a back injury in 2018, which ended that career. And I found myself back home in San Bernardino County, where I was pretty much grew up. In 1976, we moved to Fontana when my grandpa bought a house. I've been back and forth between San Bernardino County my whole life, and I've seen the changes here. And I think there's so much opportunity and so much growth. And I never thought I would end up in the middle of the desert, which Supervisor Rao, that's your district. And as you know, there's so many amazing people there. I mean, it's a beautiful place. We have a natural resource with the park, it's great. So we started a property management company after my injury, and then COVID happened. So it kind of was in reverse for us. We got really big really quickly, and we were very big on advocacy. The company was called Desert Beacon, and I regularly had a public engagement person, community outreach person. She would come to these meetings and then also via Zoom and represent the company. Over the course of 3 or 4 years, we had 132 employees. We suffered kind of a big loss after COVID. The market adjusted. We didn't get any PPP because of the timing of when I started the company. And, we stopped operations at the end of the year. So I've been locally a resource within our city of 29 Palms and Yucca Valley. We've really tried to be proactive with what's going on out there with tourism. I know there's been so much going on with the changes as far as regulation and so forth. We've tried to be a resource. I'd love to come back and actually do a presentation at some point where I can actually show you data and show you everything we did and so forth. But what we're doing now is we're forming a new nonprofit called Joshua Tree Gateway Communities Alliance. And I'm forming a board, and we will have a board meeting by the end of the month. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to have the county or a representative from either economic development or tourism or something to help fulfill what we see in the countywide vision. I just feel some of the things I read in there, are kind of, they're great, they sound great, but I just don't feel like they're happening in the high desert. We just need more resources. There's a map that shows kind of how TOT revenue is distributed across and generated across the 3 municipalities there. I just think we need to look at what we have for the county for tourism. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Edgar Munoz, who will be followed by Jane Hunt-Rubel.
I just wanted to say that I'm doing a project in Piney Hills, which is trying to legalize my property, but I've been having fine from the Corners foreman. First time $300, second time $400, but I'm been working on my project and I've been approved by the county, but I still having fines to pay, which I think it's unacceptable. I don't understand why they keep going in my property when I'm doing work in there. I have my RVs, I have my containers that I needed to keep my tools and stuff. And that's what has me unhappy.
Thank you very much. Jane Hunt-Rubel, who will be followed by Eric Anderson.
Good morning, board members. I'm going to talk about something a couple of months ago, I guess. I brought it up before the board. I found a document called, back from 1983, called it was about the communities, the Foothill Communities Protective Greenbelt Program. And this, I just read an article in the Sunday Sun under climate change, and it says, more are moving to disaster-prone areas. And it caught my attention because I said, well, this is very pertinent to our community. But they never failed to mention about San Bernardino County. The only thing they mentioned in this article is people are moving out of state, or just from the Bay Area, they're moving away from there, which had nothing to do with the fires, the Foothill fires and the other disasters. So I read this article and I was going, but they never mentioned anything about San Bernardino County, especially the Valley area, because every day now, we've been having high winds out there. Every day, I get nervous about it. So I thought I'd bring it up about the board because we're starting to have the Santa Ana winds. And I'm worried that we'll have the old fire again, the same scenario in 2002, and then the Panorama fire, which was in 1980. So I just think I love our county fire department. They've been doing an excellent job, but they got to stop building more homes up in the foothill areas like Vertimont and Devore and North San Bernardino. And right after the Panorama fire, what did they do? I went to the city council meeting and they approved more housing up there. And after the old fire too, they've approved in the foothill areas. So I didn't know, well, what good did it do for the county and agencies in the city of San Bernardino to come up with this Greenbelt program back in the 80s? Because they keep on allowing building in areas that they should not build in. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Eric Anderson, who will be followed by Juana Gonzalez.
Good morning, board members. First, thank you for starting with prayer and Pledge of Allegiance. Personally, I appreciate that very much. My name is Eric Anderson. I'm with my colleagues, Chris Jepson and Troy Ormedina, and we are representatives of Deseret Industries, a thrift store located in Fontana. Our mission is to provide training programs that equip individuals with vulnerable or valuable work skills and assist them in finding placement. As a nonprofit, our thrift store operates primarily through donations from our community. However, we have encountered an issue with unintentional acceptance of household hazardous waste from local residents. Currently, we are being asked to be classified as a generator of this waste, which subjects us to fines, licensing requirements that are burdensome and what we feel misalign us with our actual role as a collector. Today, we would like to be considered or start the consideration process to request an exemption that would allow us to be classified as a collector rather than a generator. This change would significantly alleviate the financial strain on our organization, enabling us to focus on our core mission, helping community members become self-sufficient. It is important to note that while we are currently not accepting household hazardous waste, they still find their way into our donations, sometimes hidden or dropped off after hours at our facility. We are committed to disposing of these materials responsibly, but the costs involved are considerable and detract from our resources dedicated to supporting your community. We believe that as good stewards of both the community and environment, this change is not just necessary for our organization, but also beneficial for the community. We appreciate your attention to this matter and hope for your support in seeking a regulatory change that reflects the reality of our operations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Juana Gonzalez, who will be followed by Rita Espinosa.
Buenos días.
Good morning.
Mi nombre es Juana González.
My name is Juana Gonzalez.
Tengo 20 años viviendo en este país.
I've been living in this country for 20 years.
Madre soltera, tengo 4 hijos.
I'm a single mom, 4 children.
2 discapacitados.
2 of them are disabled.
Y 2 babies.
And 2 babies.
Viví 20 años en el condado de Los Ángeles.
I lived for 20 years in the county of Los Angeles.
el cual trabajé muy duro hasta que se me abrió la oportunidad
I worked very hard, and then an opportunity happened for me
de comprar una propiedad en el condado de San Bernardino.
to buy a property for myself in the county of San Bernardino.
Y los quiero felicitar por dinero que han recibido, los impuestos.
I want to congratulate you for all the money that you have received by means of income tax.
Pero quiero recordarle que parte de ese dinero
But
lo
let me
hemos
remind
pagado
you
nosotros los
that some of that money has been paid by us,
latinos.
Latino population.
Y el punto es,
Where I'm getting at,
porque desde que yo llegué al condado de San Bernardino,
ever since I came to the San Bernardino County,
literalmente me he sentido como una inmigrante.
I basically have felt like an immigrant.
He venido al condado, al departamento de planning,
I've come to the planning department, to the county,
a pedir ayuda
to ask for assistance
para poner una casa
so that I can put
móvil.
a mobile home.
Y la respuesta que he recibido de estas personas es, ve a Riverside, al
The
condado
only-
de Riverside.
The only feedback I receive from these people is they tell me, just go to Riverside.
3 veces vine
I came here 3 times.
y las 3 veces casi me cerraron la puerta.
All those
En la
3
cara.
times, they almost closed the door at my face.
El problema es
And
que
the
la
issue
tierra
is
yo se la compré
that the lot belongs to me. I bought it.
y no nos dan permiso ni de explicar
And
qué
yet-
es lo que queremos hacer.
And yet, they don't even give us a chance to explain
Lo que-
what we are trying to do.
Lo que pido ahora es que le den más ayuda a nosotros los latinos,
What I'm asking you today is
más
for
información
you to provide more guidance to us, more assistance, more information
acerca de los requisitos que necesitamos y una guía que nos den para poder hacer las cosas como ustedes y el condado, la ciudad, quiere.
We need more guidance as far as the requisites that we need to provide in order to be able to comply with every rule that you guys impose on us.
Yo he venido hasta que la señora Rita me la recomendó una persona para que me ayudara a hacer los documentos de mi casa.
I've sought help from Rita through another person who knew that she can help me fill out the forms necessary for my mobile home.
Porque la última vez que yo vine aquí,
Because the last time I came here,
después de 6 veces,
after coming 6 times,
me tuvieron 1 hora 20 minutos
they had me waiting for an hour and 20 minutes
en el departamento de planning porque no había nadie que hablara español ni en el departamento ni en el edificio.
That was in the planning department. They told me there was nobody that could interpret for me in Spanish in the department or in the building
Hasta que buscaron un traductor por teléfono.
until they finally found a translator by phone.
Es injusto que nos traten así.
So it's unfair to be treated like this.
Necesitamos una persona ayuda en los departamentos, no nomás en ese, en todos los departamentos.
We
Y
need
que no nos
somebody-
traten así.
We need somebody to be assigned in each department to be able to help us. We don't want to be treated like that.
Somos personas, somos seres humanos.
We're people, we're human beings.
Pagamos impuestos
We pay our taxes.
por tierra, por negocio.
We pay property taxes, we pay business license,
Los permisos que nos piden.
the permits that they're asking us to fill in.
Yo he pagado casi $15,000
I paid almost $15,000
en multas y permisos,
in fines and permits.
pero nadie me explica nada. La única que me ha ayudado es la señora Rita Espinosa.
But yet nobody has explained things to me at all. The only person that's helped me is Rita.
Cuando el mismo departamento nos dice, no paguen por fuera, no busquen ayuda, vengan aquí.
The
Cuando
department
venimos,
itself tells us, don't go look for help outside, just come here.
lo único que nos reciben es, ve a Riverside, allá te ayudan.
And the only thing that they tell us once we get here is go to Riverside, go there, look for help over there.
Tienen que entender que la comunidad latina se está llenando en San Bernardino.
So you have to understand that the Latino community is
getting bigger in San Bernardino.
No venimos a robar, venimos a
We
trabajar,
are not coming here to steal. We come here to work,
a aportar impuestos.
to provide through our taxes.
Lo único que si no nos quieren, pues deberían de poner una pancarta, latinos no bienvenidos en San Bernardino.
And otherwise, if you don't really want us Latinos here, just put a sign up there where, you can say, we don't want you Latinos here.
That's time.
Thank you very much. Our Director of Land Use Services is right in the back, and we'll see if he can assist you. The gentleman to your left with his hand raised. The next request to speak that I have is from Rita Espinosa, who will be followed by Martha Pina.
Good morning. My English is not perfect, but I try to speak in English. The only thing I want to ask you guys is to change something for these people. They buy the mobile home, they buy the lot. You guys asking the land and use for planning to have the information for these mobile homes. When they buy it, in order to accepting the application, they need to have the information, year, model, serial number, and decal number, and they have to look at it for this mobile home and buy it. But that's not fair for them to buy the mobile home to provide the requirements for the department or each department and the planning department, building department, they need this information. They buy the mobile home and they don't have the opportunity to bring to their land. They have to renting a space for having a storage for months until they get and complete, sometimes take over a year. And they have to pay where they live, plus they rent the space. I think it's not fair. If you guys asking for information of the mobile home and having that information, they have to buy the mobile home. So let them put in their land and working with them in this project, because it's not fair for people. What we need to do to change this, what we need to do as a community to have the opportunity to bring our mobile homes to the land, not to set up, not to put it together, just to have it there until we pull the permits. I think it's not fair for them, not having pay here and there and everywhere, and have the luck and continue to bring those projects over a year. And we have a service when we come and asking, you have to hire an engineer, or you have to hire an architect. And sometimes they say, oh, you can do it, you know how to, you can do it. Yeah, but please explain them how to do it. Please explain them what this process need to go. Because these people, when they come and asking, they don't have the answers. They don't have the help they're supposed to get from the county. With all my respect, and listen like we are crazy people coming here and talking. We are humans. We buy lots. We have the same opportunity that anyone is sitting here. Please, as a board members, I asking you to review these laws and change it for this community. Not for, I see when it's other kind of people, no code enforcement, no any issues, and really easy they get help. I can give you address and names. Because in the last minute, they come to me and asking for help. These people, they don't have the help. These people there don't have any help at all. They come in too many times. And what they hear is like, oh, you have to do it yourself.
Thank you very much. The next request to speak that I have is from Martha Pena, who will be followed by Ray Cowan.
Hi, good morning. My name is Martha. So I'm having the same issue as they are. I've been dealing with the city for almost 3 years. And the lack of information that I get from land use services is very frustrating, to say the least. I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars at this point trying to get my property up to par, which the requirements that are needed are not even provided to me. That is the most frustrating part. This is supposed to be the age of information, but the lack of information that I'm receiving from land use services is quite frustrating. So to begin with, I purchased my property around 2020, time of COVID, right? I went to the city and I asked, I'm like, what can I do with my property? What am I allowed to do with it? Can I put a fence around it? Do I need a permit? They said, no permit is needed. I was like, okay. I went back again because I wanted to build some type of a farm. My property is around 13 acres. They say, oh, the classification of your property is 13 acres, but you are qualified as over 40 acres, so you do not need a permit for building up something that's less than 1,000 square feet. I went ahead and built a barn type building. I also put a carport and other things in my property because my plan was to have some animals in the future. A year or two later, code enforcement shows up and they're like, you're not allowed to have this. I tell them, I went to the city first. I asked them for permission. I asked them what they needed. They told me this was okay. And now you're here telling me that it's not. Fine, I'll correct my issues. I went to the city. They say, well, you need to have a primary use for your property. So I'm like, okay, why do I need to get this primary use? And they're like, well, you either need to have a house or you can have a permit for animal keeping. I went to the animal keeping route because I already had a home. I did not need to have another one. Long story short, I went from code enforcement, planning, building and safety, back and forth between the departments, emails back and forth. Information was conflicting between all the departments, and here I was in the middle trying to solve the issues. Long story short, I forgo that route because it wasn't approved at the end. I'm like, okay, I will purchase a mobile home because this is the next step. This is what will get me the permits that I need to fix everything in my property. They told me it would take about 30 days to get the compatibility letter. It's been 6 months. I still have no compatibility letter. Like I said, I've already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars because the property that I purchased wasn't cheap. The home that I purchased wasn't cheap. I was required to have a water well first, which I went ahead and also had issues obtaining the permit because the company.
Thank you very much. Ray Cowan, who will be followed by Marianne Bradfield.
Good morning, board members. My name is Ray Cowan, and I'm here on behalf of my mother, Rosie Lee Banks, also a veteran. She protected this country, and basically, the people that are supposed to help her just threw her away. She's in a convalescent hospital that she does not want to be in, does not have to be in, but she does not have a home to come to because of our system failing us. My mother has been on Section 8 for over 20 years, only moved twice. We go to a place, they approve it, the place is full of rats, roaches, and everything. The department could not pass inspection. I've been here before. Speak to you guys about it. I've heard people offer me all types of help with no results. I am homeless, and I am handicapped also because of this issue. I try to go down and take care of my mother's business. I have the power of attorney over my mother. I'm also on the Section 8 as a live-in caregiver. I'm also, and they're telling me I'm not a member of the household. That's my mother. She born me. We lived together. I came off the road for 37 years of service out on the road delivering products because my mom got sick. I am tired. I am burnt out. I don't have any place to go, and we're suffering. We need your help. We need you to go down there and speak to these directors. I get to run around every time I go there. Now they won't even talk to me. They're not answering any of my phone calls. They waited till the voucher expired. So what are we supposed to do? Am I supposed to stand here and cry again? I'm tired of this. I am truly tired. We need your help. This is an election year. We voted you guys in. We need you. Please come and give us the assistance that we need. I heard a lot of talk about veterans. My mom is one. She didn't have to do that, okay? So don't just throw us away because we're old and crippled. bring my mother home.
Thank you very much. The last request to speak that I have is for Mary Ann Bradfield.
They want proof I was here. Good morning, Madam Chairman, honorable supervisors. My name is Mary Ann Bradfield. I am a public information officer with the U.S. Small Business Administration Office of Disaster Recovery and Resilience. And thank you for letting me get that whole title out. First, I want to say I have been working with your amazing emergency management and public information team about SBA's agency declaration that will help those who have been harmed by the bridge fire. And I want to compliment them on the wonderful job they've done. But we need to do more to get the word out. A lot of these folks are displaced. They're out of the area sometimes, or they just don't know we exist. We have low interest loans for homeowners, renters, businesses and nonprofits for physical damage, and for those small businesses and nonprofits who experienced losses, economic losses, who now find it hard to meet their operational costs, may be eligible for something called economic injury disaster loans to help with those operational costs. And those small businesses do not have to have a physical damage in order to qualify. And since I saw several things on the agenda relative to entrepreneurship, I thought that might be a very relevant thing to bring up today. And I've given you what I call a fact sheet, which is more information than you probably want to know. But I will be sending you individually some additional information that is easier for you to share with your constituents that might be interested. And we have, right now, we have what we call a disaster loan outreach center in Wrightwood and one in Mount Baldy. And they'll have the addresses on them. The one in Wrightwood is at the library. The one in Mount Baldy is at the church on the main thoroughfare. And I would encourage anybody who experienced any of these losses to take advantage of those customer service representatives who are experts and can help them either answer questions or submit an application. And I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know today is a busy day, but if you have any questions, you have my business card. And I believe, Madam Chair, I'm going to be coming by tomorrow to drop in. I think you have a lot of constituents, in this area.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I do have one last request to speak. Who is not in our digital system, Mr. Pazant, please join us at the podium for your 3 minutes.
Thank you. I moved here from my mother's womb. I took over. Now I work under the table, and the only taxes I pay is sales tax. To Public Defender Thomas Sohn and Samuel Knudsen, I thank you for your assistance in dismissing my and other consumers' criminal records at the shelter court at Amazing Place Clubhouse. To Lawrence Meyer, director of the San Bernardino Law Library, you employ a predator in which does not honor the American Disabilities Act. She domineeringly orders the patrons not to gain assistance from other librarians. She shows impatience. At present, she garrisons the reception counter. It is believed that she exhibits male hormone. This conduct is unacceptable. If she persists in her conduct, I will be forced to file a complaint, sanction, and injunction on the above parties. To Thomas Sohn, Public Defender, and Jason Anderson, District Attorney. Your departments have provided discovery in opposition to Garth Benjamin Pazant Sr. in a misdemeanor case, complaint number MSB 20013343. Public Defender Sarah Beth Rabin failed and refused to file requested countercomplaint on Enterprise Rent-A-Car alleged victim who has willfully committed perjury on Mr. Pazant in the above case. I have information upon belief that the above complainant was created and is supported by a major drug cartel. In complainant's discovery, complainant accused Mr. Pazant of embezzlement and has executed false imprisonment and malicious prosecution by way of District Attorney Timothy Dixon and Investigator Trawl of the City of Redlands Police Department. In this process, the complainant has confiscated property at a value of more than $20,000 belonging to Mr. Pazant. The booking number, district attorney number, and CII number are enclosed in the case number. Mr. Pazant has suffered emotional damage along with financial loss. Mr. Pazant asks how he may seek assistance from the departments of the opposing attorneys to bring the above case to a close in the interest of justice by prosecuting the above complainants. Chief Deputy Public Defender David McClave has promised to review Mr. Pazant's case and has failed and refused to properly do so.
Thank you very much. That is the last request to speak that I have at this time. Our meeting is adjourned. Our next Board of Supervisors meeting will be here in Chambers at 10 a.m. on November 19th. Thank you all.